Welcome, people of Earth and elsewhere, to the channel where the content is spam and I am Crackers. Today's spam is me taking advantage of the long-awaited second season of Attack on Titan. Back in 2013, when the first season came out, the hype was tangible. The anime community completely blew up over it, so much so that even I, a casual anime watcher, was drawn into the series before the first season was even done premiering. I also couldn't wait to see what was going to happen after Eren was taken by the female Titan, and I started reading the manga at that point forward because I wasn't going to wait. 3.5 years later, after several spin-off manga, 2 terrible live-action movies, and a chibi parody series, we finally got the second season. How many times was production put off, anyway? The first time I recall was something about it being delayed until 2015, maybe? I can fully attest to the hype of the second season and say that it was totally worth the long and grueling wait. Or was it really? In all honesty, if you've read the title of this video, you'd know that that statement is a lie, at least coming from me. Was it hype? Yes. Did it still look awesome? Most of the time. Did I enjoy it? Heck yes, I enjoyed it. Then what's the problem, Crackers? Only the same problem a lot of people have. That it was only 12 episodes. Now wait a second, it's not the number of episodes that is the real problem here. I know a whole heck of a lot of people made a huge deal about that, but when I heard it, I kind of laughed it off. I don't care how much they're adapting, as long as it's up to par with the last season or so. I mean, I'm reading the manga anyway, so why do I give a flying fluff about how far the anime goes? Okay, maybe that was a little passive. 9 out of 10 times, the anime manages to outdo the manga as far as presentation and adaptation goes, and it did really well here for the most part. Sorry, I'll get to the point. 3.5 years ago, I started reading the manga at chapter 30. Levi's squad had just been killed and the female Titan has kidnapped Eren with Mikasa hot in pursuit. This is about the end of episode 21. The anime fills the heck out of the next few chapters, and the anime adapts up to chapter 33 in the first season. Of course, the manga was significantly ahead at this point, and after I had caught up with it, we were at chapter 49. So much time has passed since then, and we get the second season. We are primed and ready for this, and it is a heck of a ride. But then, by the time we get to episode 8, I realized where this season was going to end. Or at least where it was likely to end. I laughed, really ironically, because 3.5 years ago, chapter 49... You know what the last thing we saw at the end of chapter 49 was? This image right here. Look familiar? Probably because the 11th out of the 12 new episodes to come out 3.5 years later left off at the exact same point. Season 2 summarily ends after filling out chapter 50, a little of 51, exactly where I had predicted it was going to end. The thing is, that chapter came out only a week or so after the first season ended. Are we seeing the issue yet? Well, it's not too much of an issue if you've been following the manga for a while now, but essentially what just happened was, a good portion of the fans just waited the better part of 4 years and went ballistic over a second season that adapted what they could have read as soon as the first season ended. Like, I always thought the reason it was taking so darn long to get the second season of this anime was because Studio Wit was doing the right thing and waiting for more of the source material so that they didn't have to do the shonen trope thing of coming up with stupid filler arcs and crap like that. I mean, technically that didn't stop them. I mean, have you seen some of these OVAs? Like, what the hell, Sing? Go home, Pixies, you're drunk. But seriously, basically, what we got out of the second season, people have been going spoiler-free for who knows how long, which I assume involves avoiding most of the fandom like the plague, because my gosh, I don't see how it's possible to not be spoiled, unless you've decided to just watch the first season at the point where the second season started premiering or something like that. These people have been going spoiler-free for 3.5 years to get something that could have been made 2 years earlier. Source material, my left foot. I'm going to need a lot more convincing evidence than that. Really, was there a point to waiting so long for something that wasn't going to do anything more than what was already available so long ago? I don't think so. Now, I'd like to state for the record that I can see that in the second season they took some creative liberties that did manage to do a total of at least one thing right by the fans. And this is taking several scenes from later on in the manga and using them to fill out Ymir's backstory and bringing everything we know about her together to complete her character arc all at once. That was nicely handled. I'll admit it really does make me appreciate her character a lot more than when I'm just reading the manga. She is dead now, by the way, in case you thought that was up in the air. She is gone. So sad. Bye-bye, sayonara, Ymir. You will be missed by a majority. However, that was the only thing in this season that really did the fans any service in light of where they decided to leave off. It does make sense. If they were going to end it at the end of the next arc, this spot makes as much sense as any, but seriously, there is so much more. They could have gone so much farther where the manga has gotten since over 3 years ago. I mean, it's monthly, but these chapters are like 40 pages each, guys. It's almost like a joke. Oh, and just to sound a little saltier, they spoiled some of the stuff that happened in some of the more recent chapters. Like, as fun as it is to see exactly how cracked Rainer is, we let some more of the details surrounding Marco's death get in there. Now, not that I think that many people are either surprised or complaining. Guys, he's dead now, move on, it's been 3.5 years, it's not too soon anymore. We weren't supposed to get those for a while yet. Oh, and remember the basement? Well, if you're the kind who likes to analyze the crap out of what went down in these especially last few episodes, then you are going to be sorely disappointed for that long wait. They just gave you a huge chunk of that from Spoiler Town as well. Like, if you didn't already consider it a possibility before, it'll be stupidly clear if you insist on not reading the manga at this point. How does the whole Titan Shifter thing work? Well, again, unless you weren't paying attention, you know how, and you don't need a future episode to really explain it. Someone on YouTube has probably already done that. And now I'm kind of laughing because I think it's hilarious. But seriously, what was the point of this season? I feel like this is what would have happened to me if the Baccano light novels getting published in America hadn't been adapted up past the 4th book, which goes nowhere past where the anime ended 10 years ago. That would be pointless to me and sorely disappointing. Like, really? Would I say it's wrong to say that you enjoyed this season and are happy that it happened? No. It may have been essentially a waste of time after all these years, but I wound up liking it regardless, I guess. The only point, besides the trip to Spoilerville, is the fact that we got a rather jarring CGI Colossal Titan that didn't fit in very well with the rest of what was going on. I mean, it was pretty well blended together, but it just brought down the entire hype of the feel of the whole reveal and everything that I already knew was going to happen, like, Bert, what did they do to you, and why? Probably to save time and money, or some stupid crap like that. I mean, if you've been around anime long enough, you know that that's how anime production works by now. Season 2? Fun, yes, but it is not what I think these absolutely patient fans have been waiting for. I think they deserved more. Now, I do have some good news. The 3rd, and hopefully longer, season shouldn't take another 3.5 years to make, because the manga is on its final legs. I expect it to finish around the end of the 2017 year, so WIT can finish the anime adaptation in its entirety anytime after that, with no more excuses about waiting for source material. Wait, did anyone over there actually say that, or was that just something I assumed? Anyway, in the meantime, guys, don't hold your breath. I do suggest you just go to your library or the local bookstore or your illegal manga sites and read the darn manga. It's not hard, and it is so much less grief than waiting so long for possibly another 12 episodes. I mean, who knows at this point? I say this not as an elitist, but as someone who thinks you deserve something a little better than what we were actually given. In all its hyped up, gorgeously animated, most of the time, glory. I truly do not believe that it will ruin the anime watching experience if and when the animation is completed. It is just as fun. It really is. By the way, has the full version of SHIN-ZOOO SASAGEYO come out yet? I really want that on my iPod. And that is all I wrote on the subject at hand. Thank you to everyone who has managed to watch this video all the way through to the end. It is much appreciated. If you have any opinions on this matter, be they agreeing or disagreeing, I would gladly hear or read them in the comment section. Also, while you're down there, feel free to tell me what kinds of videos I should make next or what kind of pictures I should draw for them. Suggestions are always appreciated. Also, you can find the link to this picture on my DeviantArt in the description if you want to check it out in its full-sized glory. If you like this video, you should know what button to click, and if you want to see more of my spam-related content, consider subscribing or following me on Twitter to see what I'm up to. And with that, I will leave you all be for now. Thanks once again for watching, people of Earth and elsewhere. I hope to catch you in the next video. Ciao!